Good morning, Lagos. It's another, well, not bright Tuesday morning, but it is another Tuesday morning. It's a bit cloudy out there. Hopefully, it doesn't rain for those of us within the water-rind areas, if I should say. Oh, I'm trying to put it nicely, you know. But yeah, regardless, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. And as usual, it's your host, Yesene James, on the Generation Z Business Show. And as always, I have a special guest in the studio. And today, my special guest is Mrs. Uche Annie Uzoka. And she is the CEO of Gourmet Twist. So for all of you that probably might not know her in person, but you have smelt, tasted, touched her beautiful treats, her lovely treats. So nice to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So let's just go straight into it. How did you get into, Gourmet Twist?
Before I married, right? My husband had an exotic taste and I liked food, right? And I decided, okay, why not go to a culinary school and try to enhance your skills, right? And then I went to culinary school, not with the thought of starting a business, but just going to learn some really nice dishes so that I could throw down the kitchen. But then I met some amazing people, amazing friends. Everybody was talking about their goals right after school. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to start this business. I was just lost, to be honest. And then I went into food business. So all on food. So we're supplying lunch, we're supplying breakfast, right? And then COVID happened. I was heavily pregnant. Markets were closed. It was hard to buy food stuff for cooking and all of those things. So I said, okay, we used to make breads before. Why not just start breads, right? I was at home bored with a newborn. And then a friend of mine called. She's a popular influencer, a really good one, to make hair. Mm-hmm. And she called and she says, Uche, I beg, I need bread. And I'm like, baby girl, I'm still recovering, right? And she's like, just make one for me. I want to give someone. And then I made that one and I went on Instagram and I posted, we're making bread today. Who wants? Right? And then people started sending in orders. I want 4, I want 6, I want 3, right? Because they didn't know when next we were going to be open. Everywhere was shut down. And then the first day went so well. People started calling in, when next are you making breads? And then we just started and it just blew up.
Here is me thinking Gourmet Twist has been here for like 20 years. and literally, it just really, really took off in 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
The year that defined a lot of businesses, actually. Either broke some businesses or, birthed new businesses. Mm-hmm. So it's really lovely to know that. What would you say is top 3 from your perspective, like top 3 reasons why the business is doing so well?
Top 3 reasons why the business is doing so well. First of all, I'll say, it's the grace of God. Mm-hmm. Nothing is possible without the grace of God. I just feel that His presence has been so imminent in the business. Consistency, right, is the second point. Making sure that what they see on your Instagram page is exactly what they're getting and even better, right? Making sure that the taste they had when you began and when they had it maybe after 4 months, 5 months, is the exact same taste. That has really worked for us. And the third thing is customer satisfaction. You can't get it all right in business, right? So you need to make sure that your customers are satisfied. You need to, when you make a mistake, you need to acknowledge that you've made a mistake and try to fix it as fast as possible. So those 3 things are like the top 3 reasons why Gourmet Twist is doing really well.
I think it should be an important factor for any business, really. Some people do take customers for granted within our industries, within the different industries, and I think customers are king, so you need to treat them right. Although I was hoping to see some gourmet, like a tray or something, but it's fine, it's okay. We'll come.
Don't worry,
if Mohammed does not come to us, we go to Mohammed. Just to remind you all, the studio lines 081-824-26591 if you have any questions for the CEO Gourmet Twist. And you can send in your messages on WhatsApp 081 800 89933. Don't forget, call in 081 824 26591 and WhatsApp portal 081 800 89933. So back to questions. Now, did you have any issues with starting up the business?
Obstacles in business, they're actually a lot, right? So the first thing was actually getting it right? There was a stage where I was doing every single thing myself, and then we eventually had to expand. I need to hire that first staff. The first thing was, would I ever find anybody that would do it as good as I do it, right? So I got the first staff. Business was going. He was doing really well, and he's still with us now, thankfully, right? And then another thing is logistics. Logistics can be a really, really big problem in business, right? You do everything right, but getting the food to the people is now a problem, right? So you've made the food, the bread since morning, and then you give it to riders and they don't deliver till late. They have issues on the road and all of that. So the thing with food has to be prioritized. Delivery for food has to be prioritized, right? But then what people do is they want to take so many orders at the same time. They want to combine food with dresses and food with earrings and food with different things. And they don't understand the importance of delivering food early. Anybody that orders food because they are hungry at that moment and they need the food immediately, right? Getting a logistic company that understands that this food needs to get to the customer ASAP is hard, right? And that's why we've had to invest in our own bikes. But then our bikes can't do all of the deliveries that we have in a day. But then,
anyone that's thinking of going into logistics, we've just had a little bit of insight there. There is still room, and possibly just focus on food and food alone, and not try to deliver everything. So how was it for you learning to be a chef? Was it a difficult task? What went into it? Where specifically did you go?
I went to Red Dish Chronicles. Right, that was a really, really, it's a really good culinary school, and it really helped me. It's not just about the food that we learned, the people that we met along the way, because these are the people that kept hammering business in my head. And Uche, we need to do something. We need to do this. We need to do this. But then the journey was great. We learned a lot of things. So I did the professional course where I learned continental, African dishes, and then pastry.
So why now specifically only stick to bread? Do you think your line of food may expand over time?
Yes, hopefully it's going to expand, right? When we were into cooking, we had a lot of dishes that were like bestsellers. So we had our popular pasta, we had our salads, we had our waffles. Those were the dishes that really stood out, right? Now we're focusing on bread so that in the future, when we're ready to expand, I'm sure that the bread business can stand on its own. Because right now, I'm still 100% involved. Moving from the kitchen to the dispatch team, to the packing team, to the order system thing, I'm still playing a very big role in the bread business. And to expand, I need to make sure that I've weaned myself away from that so that we can do other things and do it well.